We won't have direct injection until we actually build a production car that has direct injection on it. So what I've lobbied for and tried to explain the necessity of is to put direct injection on the C7. So we'll see when the C7 comes out, if I live that long. We'll see if in fact that has direct injection on it. This is Danny Biggs.
BMW drivers who stayed with us. Is there anything you want us to do?
I head back right into that kitchen. Right after you leave here. I think you can figure out the rest. Yes, sir. Do I think ALMS will ever be back in the St. Pete? You know, the word ever is pretty all-encompassing. I will say it's highly unlikely they will be back in St. Petersburg, Florida. Not ever, but right now it's not on the schedule for next year, and I don't think we're going to see it for a number of years. I wouldn't hold my hopes out. I think there's a couple new places. Anybody go to Baltimore? I want to tell you, the single most amazing inaugural street event. I've been to every one except Long Beach. I wasn't at the very first Long Beach, but I've been to every other first street race. That was an unbelievable event with unbelievable fans. And I just finished talking. I had a meeting with the organizers today out of Baltimore, asking for input and impression and how we make it better. I mean, they're going full steam ahead. So we're on the schedule for next year for Baltimore. That's going to be a great race. I think we're going to take a serious look at the new Formula 1 track in Austin, Texas. Anybody from Texas here? Austin is a pretty all-world place. We've not been there. It's a beautiful country. If they get that thing up and running in time and it looks viable, I think we'll give a serious look-see to that. And Detroit looks like it'll be back on the schedule. Unfortunately, there are some challenges there. I'm going to give you the inside scoop here. Don't tell anybody this. And if you do, don't tell me you heard it from me. June 2nd is the date of that. Also happens to be the weekend of pre-qualifying at Le Mans. So that sets up some pretty strategic problems for us. We can't be two places at one time. But we're going to make effort to try and do that. So we're going to try and figure something out. If that thing comes down and materializes and the ALMS goes there, we're going to try and figure out a way to get that done. I don't know what that is right now, but we're going to do that. So, unfortunately, no for St. Pete, but you got Sebring going on down there. So, and that's that will always be there. That's a global deal right there. Yes, sir. Return of the Jake car, 2007 Laguna Seca. You remember that car? Huh? Pretty cool.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I got my ass in the jam over that big time. Because I used my usual MO. I didn't ask permission. We just did it and then begged for forgiveness afterwards. That car, by the way, a website called Jalopnik, which is I don't know if many of you follow it. It's followed by automotive insiders. In other words, all the guys that work for the automotive companies, presidents on down, read Jalopnik and work with Jalopnik to post articles. And Jalopnik had a contest to identify the most iconic race car designs in history, graphic designs. And so cars that were in that running were like the Castrol Jaguar and like Johnny Player Lotus. You know what took third place in that contest? The Jake car, 2007. The same one that everybody upstairs at GM hated. There's a reason we went out of business. Stay tuned. Stay tuned with Jake. We love Jake. Jake works. Jake, as I explained to management, transcends age, transcends sex, transcends almost everything. We put together a huge book outlining how Jake has permeated Corvette lifestyle and even beyond Corvette lifestyle. I mean, we sell stuff, people who buy Jake stuff just because it's cool. They have no idea it's Corvette. They buy it just because they like it. Hello. I mean, it's been an amazing ride. So we're working hard to get that. I can tell you slowly but surely two things have happened. One, the guys that are still at the company are tired of listening to me talk about it. And two, the guys who really didn't like it don't work for us anymore. So if you put those two things together, yesterday, and part of that conversation was about that very thing. That involves, you know, people well above Kirk and myself. We're working on it. In the back, that's trouble.
So how happy are you with the job that Wixom has done getting up to speed?
Getting up to speed, no pun intended? How happy are you with the job that Wixom has done? For those of you who do not know, right across the expressway from where the Corvette race facility is a GM facility, a powertrain facility, where they build Z06 motors and ZR1 motors. And in that same facility, they build all our race motors. And they undertook that responsibility about 3 years ago. And that's a huge responsibility. You remember we had K-Tech, which, by the way, along with the powertrain guys, they work in conjunction. K-Tech built the engines in the Cadillacs today, which finished first and third. Hello, Cadillac. Thank you very much. And by the way, they accomplished that with two guys who were formerly trained in the Corvette camp, Johnny Warren and Andy Cole. Once a member, always a member. These guys are great guys. They did a great job today. Anyway, back to your question. It was a huge challenge for them. And it's brand new car, brand new motor. And they have stepped up. And I think when you look at where we were at Le Mans this year, when you're in the most difficult battle you can possibly imagine, and pieces that they're building, bringing us home to victory. That was their first Le Mans victory for them. I know they were quite proud. We were quite proud to have them be part of what we do. So they've done a marvelous job of stepping up and getting it done. And it's only going to get better. They're the ones working on the new intake manifold and some of the other trick pieces that we're trying to put together for next year. Anything else? We'll do a couple more. That's it? You guys are really easy. Oh, God. Yes?
Any other stops? Vancouver, Edmonton?
Vancouver or Edmonton? I would love to do that myself. I mean, they would be great stops. And I know in the past we've talked to them. That could be the surprise fall event. Might not be Austin. It could be something going on the western side of Canada. Canadian fans, by the way, are great fans. There we go. So I said, you all look at license plate. And they're from all over. It's an amazing deal. And we love running up at Motorsport. And now, of course, Ron has decided to, I don't know what he was thinking, but to be part of that group to try and make some improvements there. That race surface and that racetrack is the single most challenging place that we race, that Motorsports circuit. It's an amazing deal. Really, really fast. That turn 2 for me, that's the scariest turn in all auto racing. Right there, that off-camber, left-hander, high-speed. When you run off there, they don't throw the yellow flag. They wait till the day is over and just bring in the chopper, see if they can find it. Search dogs and ATVs, and there's no sense in going down now. They just keep the race going. Anyway, I love that place. So, Vancouver, quite possible. Anything else? Yes, sir?
Anything on the Motorsports Park?
Motorsports Park, my pet project. And thank you very much for what you've done. Everybody know what Motorsports Park is? You know what I'm talking about here? All right. Did everybody donate? Who hasn't donated? Don't. I'm going to check it out. You might as well raise your hand. Honest to God, did you see the email blast that went out challenging you to put the $10 in? You know how good a salesman I am?
$100.
I've seen it 100 myself. What do I think? The guy only asked for 10, Doug. What the hell gets that in 100? That's a big deal for us. It's a big deal for you. You know, first of all, we have the only museum. When I say we, I mean Corvette people. We have the only museum that we bought and paid for ourselves. Factory didn't do that. Corvette owners did that alone. That's not the way the Porsche factory museum works. It's not the way the Mercedes museum works. Corvette museum is Corvette owners. And then we took it to the next level with that expansion, the library and the little downtown thing we got going on in there. I mean, that's a bona fide deal right now. The only thing that we're missing, that we're complete, would be this racetrack. And I was very fortunate. I'll tell this story and then I gotta roll. I happened to be down there doing something. I have no idea what it was. And they took me aside and said, you know, we got a meeting today. We're putting together a group we're kind of moving forward, we want to build a racetrack down here, would you be kind enough to sit in on the meeting? I said, well, I'd be happy to do that, sure. So I sit on the meeting, and they got some plan. I mean, it was grandiose and simply wouldn't happen in 100 lifetimes. So how do you do that? Now I'm the guest, I'm coming, I'm sitting in to look at all the things they've been working on for a month, to look at them and say, you guys don't have a clue, you're not going the right way. But here's what I did think when I immediately saw it, selfishly, was think about how could we use that from a racing standpoint? You know, because we got to sign up for here or Sebring and stand in line and get days you don't want. And so I said, you know, are you guys open to listening to just a brand new idea? Are you open to that? Yes we are. I said, here's what I'm thinking, very selfishly. I want to work with you guys to build this racetrack. And forget what you got down here on paper now. I want to take back that plot of land, I want to give it to our engineers, and I want to build something that's relevant to where we race. Maybe it has a couple turns from Le Mans in it, but that's really relevant, that can be valuable to us as a race team. And then we can come down here and use this as our test facility. So they said, yeah, that's a great idea, but I want to take it to the next level. When we do that, we would open that up to Corvette Club Museum members. So you guys could come down and actually be part of us, watch what we do when we go testing. And then maybe there's a day on front of it or in back of it where you guys go on the thing, but you'd be around the drivers, the engineering team. It'd be an experience. Of course, which you'd be paying for. But can you think about that? And they said, you would do that? I said, yes. Now what? We're going to do it. If it's okay with you guys, we want to do that. That's how we'd like to proceed. So we took that, wadded it up, threw it in the trash can, we started all over. Consequently, we've gone out. I don't know how many acres we've sold. I know I was down at Birthday Bash, and there was a huge response during that meeting. I know we've had a lot of people before, and I know we've had a lot of people after. It is a program that's near and dear to me, and as I sat down there, you know, we walk in today, we walk into that museum, and we think, man, this is really nice. Well, you know what? It's easy to do that, but somebody left that for us. Somebody left that legacy. People who are no longer with us were the guys who grabbed the tools, went out and got the money, and made it happen. They left that for us, and now we're the beneficiaries of that. This racetrack gives us the opportunity, myself included, to build something great that we can leave for the legacy for the next generation of people who are going to be sitting in this tent 10, 12, 15 years from now. We have a responsibility, cumulatively, we have a responsibility to do that. And that doesn't mean that you have to write a check for $10,000. What it does mean is think about this. I mean, how about $10 a month? How about just $10? You know, if we had the legion of people, I think that email blast goes out to like 50,000 people. If we had 50,000 people sending $10, do the math, $500,000, and we've got that instantaneously, 2 days. That's what we need to think about. We're going to try and do some things online that are going to make it easy for you, so it's like a PayPal thing, so you don't actually have to type in your name and address, just next to it. You know, so we're going to make it just as simple as we can for you. Just press a button and send a couple bucks. I'm flat asking you to help support that. We owe it to the people who are coming after us, and if we do it, we can still enjoy it while we're here. So that's Motorsports Park. Thank you for reminding me, and thank you for those that participated. Anything else before I go? Are we good? Excellent. I want to thank you again. You know how important you guys are, not only me personally, but to the race team. We appreciate your support. We also appreciate your patience. You know, we kind of spoiled you guys early on, winning every single race. Of course, half of them we'd only race ourselves. Aside from that, I think you know we're still serious. I think our victory at Le Mans speaks about who we are, what we are, and how good we are. And as all that is a testament to the pride that you have in us and the support you provide for us. Our management sees that. They keep our funding alive. They know it's important for Corvette owners to be racing. So best of luck to everybody tomorrow. We're going to go out there and give them hell. We're going to do the best we can. And hopefully, fingers crossed, keep them on the racetrack. Don't break anything. Don't hit anything. We'll be up on that podium. Thank you, guys.